The list is growing, isn't it? That quiet, relentless list that never seems to stop. Every day it grows longer, heavier, more suffocating. You promised yourself you'd tackle it, but somehow it always lingers, mocking you, draining your willpower, making you question if you'll ever break free. What if I told you that you don't need to keep adding to it? What if I told you there are 3 simple habits you could adopt that would kill your list before it ever grows? The truth is, most people wait until their list has become a beast, threatening to swallow their every move. But in reality, the list doesn't grow by accident. It's the product of daily choices. And those choices, they're habits. The habits you've been feeding, whether you realize it or not. So imagine this. What if you had the power to stop that list dead in its tracks, right at its very root? This isn't about motivation or wishful thinking. It's about taking control, about building daily practices that are so powerful they won't just shrink your list. They'll obliterate the forces that keep it alive. The world will keep pushing you to add to it, to drown in it, to let it define you. But you don't have to listen. You don't have to fall for it. It's time to take back your power, to break the cycle. In the next few minutes, we're going to unlock the 3 daily habits that will change everything. These aren't quick fixes or shortcuts. They're the daily rituals that kill the list before it even starts to grow. Stay with me. The silent killers of ambition. The silent killers of ambition don't strike with a roar. They creep in quietly, often unnoticed, until you're already overwhelmed, trapped in a web of tasks that lead nowhere. They are the daily habits, the small, seemingly insignificant actions that chip away at your dreams while you're too busy to realize it. You can't see them, but you can feel their effect. They weigh you down, slow your progress, and before you know it, you're standing at the foot of a mountain, your ambition crushed beneath the weight of your own procrastination and distractions. These killers don't come from the outside. They come from within, in the form of habits you've allowed to shape your life. Every moment you waste on the trivial, every time you choose comfort over challenge, every distraction you entertain, all of these are little assassins to your ambition. They are not loud. They don't scream for your attention, but their impact is devastating. Consider the habit of indulging in distractions. It's easy to pick up your phone, to scroll through social media, to check your emails one more time. It seems harmless, even necessary, but that 5-minute scroll, it turns into 20, then an hour, then the entire afternoon. Each minute you spend lost in this endless noise steals your focus, your time, and ultimately your momentum. It makes it harder to get back to the tasks that matter, the ones that will move you closer to your goals. The more you feed this habit, the more your ambition wilts, and the list of things to do grows larger, more pressing, more intimidating. Then there's the deadly habit of immediate gratification. It's so tempting to indulge in the things that feel good in the moment, binge watching your favorite show, eating that junk food, scrolling through one more meme. These fleeting pleasures become a crutch. They trick you into thinking you've earned a break, when in reality, you've just postponed the things that truly matter. Every time you choose instant pleasure, you forgo long-term fulfillment, and your ambition shrinks just a little more. Ambition is a fragile thing, easily killed by habits that don't seem harmful on the surface. It's in the small things, the moments you think are insignificant, that the silent killers do their damage. Left unchecked, they grow into insurmountable obstacles that make it harder and harder to climb toward your dreams. It's time to recognize these silent killers for what they are, and take control before they take you down. 1. The first habit. Embrace the power of delayed gratification. The first habit that kills the list before it grows is mastering delayed gratification. It's a concept that's been around for centuries, yet in today's world of instant rewards and constant stimulation, it's become almost foreign to many. But here's the reality. If you don't learn to delay immediate pleasures, your list will become a monstrous task of endless to-dos that you can never outrun. We live in a culture obsessed with speed. We want results now, satisfaction now, convenience now. Think about it. We're conditioned to get answers instantly through Google, our food delivered in minutes, and entertainment available with a single tap. And yet this drive for immediate rewards is one of the greatest forces sabotaging your progress. It's not that these conveniences are inherently bad, but they've trained our brains to chase the short-term win at the expense of long-term success. Delayed gratification is the opposite. It's the practice of resisting the temptation for an immediate reward in favor of a greater, future pay. It's the ability to say no to the instant pleasure and instead choose the path of harder work, sacrifice, and patience. The ability to delay gratification is one of the clearest indicators of success. It's what separates those who struggle with a growing list from those who conquer it. Imagine you're working on a project, whether it's building a business, pursuing a degree, or getting fit. The immediate reward might be sitting back, taking a break, scrolling through social media, or grabbing a snack. These little indulgences feel good in the moment, but they pile up. They add to your list, and soon you find yourself overwhelmed by distractions, stuck in a loop of procrastination. Delayed gratification is the antidote to this cycle. It's about delaying those small pleasures in favor of completing that task or achieving that long-term goal. When you choose to focus on the work now, the rewards later will be much more fulfilling. And here's the kicker. Those who practice delayed gratification often find the satisfaction of achieving something greater far outweighs the instant pleasure of distraction. Let's look at an example that might resonate. Think about someone who's trying to get in shape. The quick reward is the comfort of not exercising, of not feeling the strain of a workout. But the long-term reward, the strength, the health, the physical transformation, requires resisting that urge to take the easy way out. The same principle applies to every area of life: your career, your personal growth, your relation. You must learn to resist short-term pleasures if you ever want to achieve greatness. The beauty of delayed gratification is that it rewires your mindset. It trains you to find fulfillment in the journey, not just the end result. It forces you to build habits of focus, patience, and discipline, traits that are essential in not only preventing the list from growing, but in trimming it down altogether. Every time you choose the hard path of delayed satisfaction, you're not just accomplishing one task, you're reinforcing a belief in yourself that you can handle the grind, the waiting, the hard work. By adopting this habit, you disarm procrastination. The list will never get out of control because you're conditioning yourself to finish tasks before seeking any reward. The temporary pleasures you once craved won't have the same power over you. Instead of allowing the list to dictate your life, you'll begin dictating the list. 2. The second habit: kill the noise with focused silence. In a world that thrives on constant connectivity, one of the most lethal threats to your productivity and peace is noise. Not just the physical noise, the blaring music, the endless notifications, the chatter of people around you. No, the real noise is inside your head. The relentless mental clutter, the distractions, the endless stream of thoughts that keep you from focusing. It's overwhelming, it's draining, and it's sabotaging your potential. This is where focused silence comes in. Focused silence isn't just about turning off your phone or finding a quiet place. It's a deliberate, intentional practice of creating mental clarity by silencing the chaos both externally and internally. It's about shutting out the noise that distracts you from what truly matters. When you begin to practice focused silence, you stop letting the world dictate your mental state. You take control of your attention and direct it toward your most important goals, not the irrelevant constant distractions that try to hijack your time. Here's the harsh truth. We live in a world that has become addicted to noise. Social media, endless emails, instant notifications, even people who demand your attention. We're taught to keep moving, to stay busy, to always be engaged. But here's the fatal flaw. The more we engage with the noise, the less we actually accomplish. We're caught in a cycle of shallow interactions and half-finished thoughts, jumping from one task to the next, never diving deep into anything. You see, when you practice focused silence, you begin to experience a level of clarity that's impossible in the midst of constant distraction. It's not about just finding peace or taking a break from the noise. It's about using that silence as a tool for deeper thinking, reflection, and growth. It's about creating a mental environment where you can hear your own thoughts, your own goals, and your own aspirations without the interference of external chaos. One powerful example of focused silence comes from some of history's greatest minds. Take Leonardo da Vinci, for example. Despite the noise of his time, he spent hours alone, in silence, reflecting and working on his art and invention. He understood that in order to make great strides, he needed to quiet the world around him, to access the depths of his creativity. C.S.LEWIS, another intellectual giant, often retreated into the quiet of his study, free from distractions, to write the timeless works that would change the world. These were men who understood that their genius came not from being constantly plugged into the world, but from deliberately unplugging and diving deep into their own minds. You don't need to become a hermit or retreat to the mountains to benefit from focused silence. It can start with small, intentional moments. A quiet morning before the world wakes up, a scheduled 20 minutes where you sit in silence, allowing your thoughts to settle, a daily practice of meditation or journaling that allows your mind to clear and your focus to sharpen. What's important is this: when you practice focused silence, you're not just escaping the noise. You're actively creating a space where your best thoughts, your best work, and your best decisions can arise. It's in the silence that you'll uncover the clarity needed to crush that list before it ever grows. Noise will always try to drown out your dreams, but silence is the weapon you wield to keep your focus sharp and your purpose unwavering. Silence is where the real work begins. The habit of carving out time to think, to plan, to reflect, it's not an optional luxury. It's a critical tool that when practiced daily will empower you to achieve more in less time. So kill the noise, embrace the silence, and watch as the distractions fade away, leaving only the path to success before you. The third habit: confront the resistance, or it will conquer you. The third habit that will kill your list before it ever grows is one that most people refuse to face because it's uncomfortable. It's internal and it's relentless. It's the resistance, the force that rises up every time you decide to do something important, something meaningful. The resistance is not just external obstacles, like distractions or lack of time. It's the internal enemy, the voice inside your head that tells you to procrastinate, to avoid, to settle for mediocrity. It's that feeling of dread that paralyzes you before you even begin. If you ignore this resistance, it will conquer you. That's how it works. The longer you let it win, the larger the list grows. The more you push things off, the more overwhelming it becomes. But if you confront it, you gain power over it. In fact, confronting the resistance is the key to not just surviving the list, but defeating it altogether. The resistance thrives on one thing: fear. Fear of failure, fear of success, fear of discomfort, fear of the unknown. It knows that if you begin, if you start taking real action, it's in trouble. That's why it tries to convince you that you're not ready, that you don't have what it takes, that it's not the right time. It will whisper every excuse, no matter how irrational, to keep you from moving forward. But here's the truth: the resistance is not an obstacle, it's a signal. It's showing you that you are on the verge of something significant. Every time it rises up, it's a sign that you're pushing towards growth, towards the life you want. The more it pushes back, the closer you are to breaking free. If you can't conquer the resistance, you'll never be able to control your life. Your list will only grow, and so will your regret. Now, how do you confront the resistance? The first step is understanding that resistance is not something you can eliminate. It's part of the human experience. Every successful person, every trailblazer, every person who has ever achieved anything meaningful has faced resistance. It's not a matter of whether you'll feel it, but how you respond to it. The key is to lean into it, not avoid it. It's about acknowledging it, accepting it, and still moving forward. Start small. Break the task down into bite-sized pieces so the resistance feels less daunting. Once you begin, the hardest part is over. Remember, momentum is a powerful force. The more you confront the resistance, the less power it holds over you. It becomes a habit to push past it, to ignore the voice that says not today, and to replace it with a voice that says I'm doing this now. Also remember that resistance can show up in different ways. It might not always feel like outright procrastination. Sometimes it's disguised as perfectionism. The resistance tells you that your work isn't good enough yet, that you're not ready. This is the most dangerous form of resistance, because it keeps you in an endless loop of someday. Confront it by acting anyway. Take imperfect action and let your progress be the teacher. If you choose to face the resistance every day, even in small ways, you'll notice something remarkable. The list will no longer control you. The more you confront it, the less it will grow. Instead of adding to it, you'll start crossing things off, and eventually you'll eliminate the list altogether. You'll transform from a person who is haunted by an ever-growing list to someone who consistently takes action, who faces challenges head-on, and who builds a life of purpose and achievement. Resistance will no longer be your master. It will be your teacher. And once you learn how to overcome it, your life will never be the same again. 4. The power of small actions that lead to monumental change. It's easy to get lost in the illusion that change must be grand, that the road to transformation requires a singular life-altering event. But here's the truth. Monumental change isn't the result of one giant leap. It's the accumulation of small, deliberate actions. Every tiny step you take today is a building block for the future you're trying to create. This is where most people go wrong, thinking that their dream life, their goals, or even their mental clarity will arrive in one bold moment. They wait for the perfect time, the breakthrough. But real power lies in the daily habits you build. Imagine waking up each morning and choosing to do just one thing, one action that brings you closer to where you want to be. Over time, these seemingly insignificant actions compound. A few minutes of focused work, a moment of silence, the courage to push past procrastination. These are the quiet but potent steps that, when stacked together, lead to monumental change. The power of small actions lies in their consistency. You don't have to be extraordinary every day. You just need to show up. Every single day. The small wins begin to accumulate. And before you know it, they've built a foundation so solid that nothing can shake it. And here's the secret. As you stay committed to those small actions, you begin to see the world around you shift. The resistance that once seemed insurmountable suddenly becomes manageable. The overwhelming list you feared becomes irrelevant. Small actions also build momentum. At first, it may feel like you're not moving fast enough, or that your progress is too slow. But every action, every choice, every habit you implement is a brick in the wall of your future. And just like a wall, brick by brick, it eventually becomes something unmovable. This is the power of small action. They're not just about incremental improvements. They're the foundation of your transformation. If you're waiting for a huge breakthrough, you might miss the truth. The breakthrough happens every day in the little moments when you choose to keep moving forward, even when it seems like nothing is changing. So take the first step, and then the next, and watch as these small actions lead to monumental change. 5. Own the future by conquering today. The truth is this: the future isn't something that happens to you. It's something you build every single day. What you choose to do today will shape who you become tomorrow. The battle you're facing right now, the struggle to conquer your list, to overcome distractions, to push through resistance, isn't about winning in the distant future. It's about winning right here, right now. The power you have is in the present moment. Every choice you make, every small action you take, plants a seed for the future. But here's the catch. If you don't start now, if you don't master today, you'll find that the future becomes a place you'll never reach. You'll always be chasing it, scrambling to catch up, but you'll never truly own it. The habits we've talked about, the power of delayed gratification, the strength of focused silence, the courage to confront resistance, these aren't just technique, they are foundational principles that, when applied consistently, create an unbreakable momentum that propels you forward. They give you the mental clarity to see what matters and the willpower to act on it. They give you the discipline to refuse what holds you back and the focus to pursue what moves you toward your purpose. You see, the greatest trap in life is believing that you're at the mercy of time, that your future is something you have no control over. But that's a lie. The truth is, you already hold the keys to your future in your hands. It's not in the things you want to do tomorrow, it's in what you're doing today. Right now you are shaping your future with every thought, every action, and every decision. This is the moment when you stop letting your list control you. This is when you decide to conquer today with the habits that will kill that list before it ever has a chance to grow. By owning today, you own your future. The choices you make right now will echo through your life, and they will define who you become. When you begin to win today, tomorrow becomes a natural consequence. The struggle is no longer against your list, your fears, or your distractions. It becomes a victory that you claim with every action that aligns with your purpose. The future isn't just ahead of you, it's already in your hands, ready to be shaped by the choices you make today. Final empowering statement. The time is now, and it starts with you. The truth is simple. The time is now, and it starts with you. Every day you wait, every second you hesitate, the list grows. But in this moment, you hold the power to stop it. Not tomorrow, not next week, right now. The habits you build today shape your future. You are the architect of your life, and every small decision you make adds up to something monumental. No more excuses, no more letting the list control you. Every day you have a choice. You can either keep feeding the distractions, the procrastination, the self-doubt, or you can begin a new chapter. It's your move. The habits we've talked about, delaying gratification, embracing silence, confronting resistance, are the foundation of a life that doesn't just survive the list, but destroys it before it can even take hold. Understand this. You are not powerless. No one is coming to save you. The strength to build the life you want is already within you, waiting to be unleashed. It's not about grand gestures. It's about daily victories, those small moments of discipline and focus that over time compound into something extraordinary. So ask yourself, will you let today slip by, or will you make a choice that will change the course of your life forever? The path forward is clear. The tools are in your hands. Take action, take responsibility, and let nothing stop you. The time is now. It starts with you, and it starts today.